It's Judgment Day. I'll tell you when the St. Louis Catholic Archbishop is scheduled to announce his decision regarding the restructuring of churches around the St. Louis area.
Crime concerns downtown now involve the Cardinals president.
We've been doing a number of things to try to address safety and security issues.
I'll explain some possible solutions to keep you and your car safe the next time you watch the Redbirds at bat.
Temperatures warm up today and tomorrow and then cool down to end the week, and a slim chance of thunderstorms today and tomorrow and even into the weekend. We'll update you on the timing and location.
Problems on the pavement. How Missouri stacks up against the rest of the country with pothole complaints.
Ride for Freedom. How hundreds of motorcyclists plan to honor fallen veterans right here in Wentzville.
Back at the Botanical Garden, when you can start jamming out at the popular summer concert series Whitaker Music Festival.
This is Today in St. Louis, focused on you.
Wow, look at that. Focusing across the river. This is a live look at Collinsville as the sun comes up in the east. That is spectacular. That looks like it's going to set up for a pretty nice day, I think. Good morning, everybody. It is a Tuesday, May the 23rd. I'm Rennie Knott.
And I'm Michelle Lee. Of course, we just want to say thank you for joining us, including those of you who might be catching us on 5 Plus this morning. We have Paul Cook keeping an eye on traffic, and Anthony Slaughter keeping an eye on our mental health and wellness and
yes. And the weather.
And the weather.
Yes, yes.
Mind, body, and soul.
That's right. Yes, keep it all together. And hopefully the sunshine that we're getting will encourage you to get out and enjoy, get a little vitamin D as we head through the day. Right now, the numbers are cool enough for a light jacket, but into the afternoon we go. It will warm up nicely, just like yesterday. 58 now that our 6 a.m. temperature has come on into Lambert, dropping 1 degree from the last hour. And in fact, that's the case across most of the board. Chesterfield and Warrenton have fallen down to 49 after being at 50. And just like yesterday, our numbers will climb back into the 80s this afternoon. Now, we'll have a mostly sunny sky around, but south of town, Perryville, Farmington, Ironton, you may get a little brief afternoon thunderstorm. We'll talk about that and another chance of storms into the weekend. That's all coming up in a bit. Let's get over to Paul Cook and track the roads this morning. Some traffic time. Paul, what's happening in the world of traffic?
Moving very well this morning. This is an interesting shot. We're at 70 here as you'd be coming across the river. SMB, Stan, Musial, Bridge, and you're going to be dealing with a few closings here, lane closings, as they're going to be working on trellises and parts of the bridge throughout the morning here. This starts at 9 a.m. So that's one bit of construction not yet begun, but you're going to be seeing it starting this morning. And then upper left here, you're going to be seeing St. Charles Rock Road at 70, some closures there as well due to construction. But you can tell lots of green all over our map, which is good. It means normal speeds. More traffic coming in about 15 minutes. Brenny?
We begin with a deadly shooting in the city's Central West End. Police say a man was found shot to death just before midnight at an apartment on West Pine. He was shot in the torso and died on his way to the hospital. Right now, there is no word on a suspect or on a motive. Also overnight, a startling scene for St. Louis firefighters after the driver of a car rams into a firehouse. It happened just after 1:30 this morning at engine house number 1 on South Jefferson. Authorities say the driver struck one of the garage doors, damaging it, and then drove away. Thankfully, none of the firefighters were hurt.
All right, well, we now know when a restructuring plan will be unveiled that will impact thousands of area Catholics, parishes, and schools. This is a massive undertaking known as the All Things New Plan. And Alex Fees is live for us this morning in the Central West End. Alex, dare I say that the devil's in the details. When are people going to be able to see this new plan?
Michelle, that is Saturday at 5 p.m. That is when Archbishop Rozansky is scheduled to make his decision, or to announce his decision regarding the future footprint of the Archdiocese in St. Louis and what that will look like. His announcement will come at the Cardinal Regali Center in Shrewsbury. Rozansky will give an update on the future of all parishes and priest assignments and what that will look like. All Things New is the restructuring of parishes. Officials say in a statement, quote, after compiling sacramental, financial, and demographic statistics over the last decade for every parish and school in the Archdiocese, and gathering feedback through surveys, listening sessions, focus groups, and one-on-one meetings, the Archbishop will announce his decision regarding the future footprint of the Archdiocese of St. Louis as part of All Things New. The number of priests has been declining, as well as the number of Catholics attending Mass over the last decade or so. Where Catholics live in and around St. Louis has also shifted. The availability of resources has decreased, and the need for social outreach has increased. Now, the All Things New initiative got underway a couple of years ago. Archdiocese officials say after Rosansky makes his announcement at 5:30 Saturday evening, all of the details will be posted online at the website allthingsnew.archstl.org. That will happen at 6 o'clock. Live this morning in St. Louis, Alex Fees, 5 on your side.
Thank you, Alex. Downtown crime hitting Cardinals fans. Over the weekend, some went from cheering in the stands to shouting out in frustration following a series of car break-ins.
Our Sydney Stallworth is live outside Busch Stadium this morning with the steps the Cardinals are taking to increase security. In Sydney, this is something that the Cardinals are taking very seriously.
Yes, that's what we're told. Good morning, Michelle Rennie. The Cardinals president, Bill DeWitt III, says he's been meeting with the St. Louis police chief, and it's time to ramp up security to make sure fans feel safe when they come to a game. There were dozens of frustrated Cards fans this weekend in downtown St. Louis. On Saturday, a woman was carjacked near Busch Stadium, and on Sunday, at least 30 cars were broken into in parking lots near the stadium, and that's during the Cardinals game. So here's what the team has in mind. Now, the president tells 5 on your side that moving forward, baseball fans will see more uniformed police officers and security guards outside the stadium. DeWitt didn't want to reveal the other security plans that the Cardinals are putting into place, but he says the team is aware of this weekend's violence and is working toward a solution. Now, he tells us how police plan to curb car break-ins, and while it starts in the parking lot.
Our secondary police tend to, during the game, they'll do things in the stadium and stuff, and we've talked about maybe having them fan out a little bit more into the parking lots so that the break-ins wouldn't occur. So that's one of the strategies we've talked about just recently, and I think you'll see that happening in the short term.
Now, so far, police have not said if they made any arrests connected with this weekend's crimes. Now, the Cardinals president also says that downtown businesses have been working together to try to find solutions to these break-ins and violent crimes. Now, there's a restaurant, Katie's Pizza and Pasta, that just opened up here in Ballpark Village, and we spoke with the owner just yesterday. She tells us that it's important now for downtown businesses to take a stand and not abandon the city during this time. The next time the Cards will be in town will be Monday, Memorial Day, so that could be the next time fans are able to see some of these security increases that the team plans to make. Reporting live downtown, I'm Sydney Stallworth, 5 on your side.
All right, thanks so much, Sydney. So important for families as they come downtown. All right, well, in just a few hours, hundreds of motorcycle riders will take off to honor fallen veterans.
Yeah, as part of a nationwide ride from California to Washington, D.C. Last night, the group made a stop in Wentzville to spend the night. They'll arrive in Washington, D.C. in time for Memorial Day weekend. This is an annual event called Run for the Wall. It honors the memory of all veterans and prisoners of war and people missing in action. Wentzville plays an important part in this emotional ride.
This is the last original stop of the Run to the Wall. They treat these guys pretty well, and it's a very respectful ride they're on. They ride to the wall to remember the guys that didn't come home. We can't forget our brothers we left behind, and this is the last original stop of the Run to the Wall. They treat these guys pretty well, and it's a very respectful ride they're on.
The group will meet at Wentzville's Vietnam Veterans Memorial for a ceremony before continuing on in their trip at 8 o'clock this morning. And you know, you see the participation of the people who turned out. You understand that people really do feel it in their heart when it comes to honoring our servicemen and women.
Oh, absolutely, and they deserve it, you know, and I think it's so wonderful to have that kind of community that comes out and supports veterans, supports people we've lost. It's just really tremendous to see that, and coast to coast, too.
And we have a number of war memorials throughout the St. Louis area. If you can't make it all the way out to Washington, D.C., there is a full-size Vietnam Memorial Wall down in Perryville, Missouri. And I went down there. It's very impressive. It's breathtaking. It makes you stop and pause for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we're going to tell you about another way that you can help the families of fallen or wounded service members and first responders. The Folds of Honor campaign still underway, and you've got a few more days to donate. It's pretty easy. So now through May 30th, you can round up at the register or use Scan to Give coupons at any area Schnucks store. And we here at 5 on Your Side are very proud to help sponsor this campaign.
All right, it is 6:10 and it's a Tuesday morning. Let's get you up to speed with our weather first forecast. And this morning, we're keeping an eye on areas south because that's where you have the potential of seeing a brief pop-up thunderstorm this afternoon. Futurecast takes us into 6 o'clock, and you can see this evening down towards Perryville, Farmington, those locations, maybe as late as 9 o'clock, even as far west as Rolla, Potosi, Viburnum, and Lesterville. Those will fall apart overnight, and then another round possible tomorrow evening. Again, all of this staying south of St. Louis. The next few days, temperatures go up, and then they come down. Yeah, they come down into the weekend, 70s for highs as we head into the Memorial Day weekend. We'll talk more about that weekend forecast coming up.
We can't even come up here just to get something from the corner store without somebody shooting.
Shoppers fear for their safety after 2 homicides at the same North County store just days apart where the crimes happened.
Animal attacks, why park rangers say area elk are getting more aggressive this morning.
It really was a blessing that I didn't get tickets.
A Taylor Swift fan hacks the system to get front row tickets, how he didn't have to pay to see her performance.